Hey! We survived! Record Store Day Drop 1! Wow, that was quite an experiment and an event, to say the least. So, as many of you know, some might not, Record Store Day usually happens in April. 2020, pandemic, canceled, moved to June, canceled, moved again to 3 dates, right? We just had the first one, August 29th. The list was broken into 3 parts, right? So remember the second one that's coming up, September 26th, another Saturday, and the last one, October 24th, another Saturday. We're probably going to do the same system that we did this last time because it was pretty successful. So that means that the day before these events, that would be September 25th, the day before the 26th, at noon that day, we're going to open our email that we had last time, and I'll go over that again right before the event. And then you'll just send in your name, your phone number, your make, model, color of your car, and your wish list. And we'll do it all curbside like we did this time. I think, while there were certain aspects of it that were kind of lost as far as the camaraderie of being in line and talking to people and, what are your likes, and it kind of feels more fun in a way. I think a lot of people also appreciated the fact that they didn't have to waste time waiting in line for so many hours. They got a specific time, they could come here, they saw what was still available, make their purchase, and leave. In some events, people were a little upset because maybe they didn't get everything that was on their list. And but then you start thinking about it and you think, yeah, but that's better than standing in line for an hour or whatever and getting the same result. So you didn't waste your time. You could go out and then start looking other places if you needed to. So I hope everybody sort of enjoyed the process as an experiment. I mean, I feel that I did my job by keeping probably close to 300 people from walking through the store becoming super spreaders of COVID. So that was the main goal, keep you guys healthy, keep us as healthy as possible, because we want to do part 2 and part 3, and now I'm getting some serious vibes that Black Friday is really going to happen. So that's probably November, I believe the 27th, which is day after Thanksgiving. So there's going to be another list, people. Oh my God. On top of this, I would say that 2020, they're trying to make up for the fact that y'all can't go to concerts, right? I mean, there really aren't that many, unless you're sort of, somewhere where they're having a concert. I don't know. They're generally not having them in the Northeast. So they're putting a lot into, giving you, tons of, box sets and things. I've never seen so many box sets on the lists of new releases in a fall season in my nearly 30 years of selling records. 32. Anyway, I date myself. So, I think that you're going to be very happy with a lot of the stuff that's coming out this fall. So I hope you had a good time. I hope you got some things that were important on your list. I'm going to move on a little bit here and just kind of go over some stuff that's new. And, I actually, oddly enough, we had a few of the David Bowie CD left of this one, I'm Only Dancing. We sold out of the Changes Now Bowie. We're still selling them for fairly cheap. I think they're already selling for around $60 online. So great concert. Vinyl's all sold out, so bye-byes, don't try to get it. Anyway, that was a really good piece. There were quite a few. I showed them in the last video. So I just want to go over a couple things here that are of interest maybe. So what came out today? The new Rolling Stones box set. Goat's Head Soup. This is the vinyl version, the 4-record set. It's pretty amazing. I mean, you get the stereo mix, you get the rarities and alt mixes, and that includes the 3 songs that were unreleased, including the track with Jimmy Page. And then you get the Brussels Affair, the live 1973, which is a double album, and they were on fire at that point. So worth it. There's a CD too. If you missed it last week, there was Metallica's S&M 2, which was their live symphony recording, the second one, because they did one, like 20, over 20 years ago. This is the indie version, which is limited marble orange edition, but there are other colored vinyl versions of this out there too. A couple other things. They reissued Fish Story of the Ghost. These are very limited. 2 LP colored vinyl, red and black. I only have that one left. I don't know if there are more at the distributor. The other one that I really was impressed with was XTC, the Oranges and Lemons reissue, which is a fantastic record. If you've never heard a mix of sort of new wave and Beatlesque stuff. Fortunately, they're actually coming out with None Such, their 90s record soon, which is fantastic. Some other things here. New My Morning Jacket. Waterfall 2. This is the limited sort of foil cover, and it's green and orange marble vinyl. There's also an indie version of this that we have as well. I've been playing this a lot in the store. It's really good. And I mean, I kind of liked Waterfall 1, but something I like about this one even more, considering its leftovers, it seems really like a very cool, chill record. Just to show this, I'm not like a massive fan, but you know, Katy Perry, her new one, Smile, she looks so depressed. Perfect pandemic cover. If you like dance pop, Whitney's new record, which is a 10-song album, covers, and really interesting people they chose to cover. David Byrne, John Denver, Kalela, and Waxahachie features on it too. So if you like her, the new Bright Eyes record, Conor Oberst is great. This is another indie version, transparent red. You can kind of see the vinyl peeking through there. Very cool cover art. And then the back, the second record is orange, right? So another record I'm playing a lot is the new Old 97s. As much as people were sort of talking about some of the other Americana records this year, this is a really great record. People were saying, well, what's the deal with Roger Staubach being on the cover? Apparently he played like 11 seasons of football, and this is 12th to show like, hey, Old 97s made it to their 12th album. It's a silver colored vinyl. Angel Olsen, this is her new one, Whole New Mess. Basically, these are sort of stripped down versions of songs from her last album, All Mirrors, which was probably my top 3 albums of last year. It was fantastic. So these are more like rootsy and sort of like introspective, I would say. It's a kind of a chilling, sad record in a way. Then we have a reissue of Spoon's Telephono, early record. If you're a Spoon fan and you're a completist. Jason Molina. Well, what, Songs Ohio was one of his, I don't know if I'm saying that right ever, was one of his big projects, and you know, he passed away in 2013, and this is a collection of some things that were not released at the time, so more sort of moody singer-songwriter stuff. Betty Levette's Blackbirds. Betty's been around for a long time. This is really cool because she does a lot of cover songs on this one. She does Strange Fruit, which is a classic Billie Holiday tune. Anyway, worth checking out. The new Disclosure record, if you're into like kind of garage dance kind of stuff, it's actually pretty good. Khalees is on it, if you are familiar with her. Common, and then a bunch of sort of like, I call them like new up and coming talents, I suppose. The new Erasure album, the Neon. If you liked early Erasure, this sounds probably more like their first couple records, Wonderland and The Circus, than almost anything that they've done since. It's very catchy synth pop. Guided by Voices, Alien Lanes reissue. A brilliant collection of songs whose importance feels predestined. That's a very nice thing to say, Rolling Stone. 25th anniversary, multicolored vinyl, limited edition. Pretty cool. If you're familiar with Guided by Voices, you know that Robert Pollard just can't stop himself. There's so much material. Sneaker Pimps, they reissued this record. I think they've done it a couple of times, but it always seems to come and go really quickly. This is Becoming X. You might remember the song Six Underground and Spin Spin Sugar, Postmodern Sleaze. This was the only record they did with Kelly Ollie as the lead singer. Sort of reminds me of like a more poppy Portishead. Duran Duran live in 2011. This has been out before, but I think it had like a glittery cover before. Diamond in the Mine. This is from, they put out an album in 2011 called All You Need Is Now. That is probably my favorite record of theirs, behind Rio and the first one. So what, the third out of maybe 15 records? Because it sounds the most like those two. And they did a really good job. Mark Ronson produced it, and this was the album for that tour. So yeah, it's got a lot of hits like, Hungry Like the Wolf and Rio, and they do a little bit of Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Relax. But anyway, good record. PJ Harvey, this is dry demos. So they released dry and then the demos for it. And they're also putting out, they did put out Rid of Me and the demos for that. And now they're putting out To Bring You My Love and the demos for that, which that album is fantastic. And then the ones that come after that are all good quality for the next few as well. So, I would maybe Rid of Me might be worth getting as well. I don't know. Dry. Some people like Dry. Dry to me is like early. It's rough, but it's interesting. And then The Weeknd, After Hours. Another great album. I think that this is probably his best record, honestly, because it really does sort of take you on a journey. You kind of feel like you're sort of out at night with someone who's completely unhinged and falling apart, and then it kind of like has a build that sort of goes somewhere. Abel's a great singer. So anyway, that's sort of where we are right now. Now there's a ton of stuff coming out. I'm kind of like not even looking at my new release board here, but we have Flaming Lips, Run the Jewels, September 18th. Also the 18th you have the OCs, Charlie XCX. Then you have on September 25th, the Prince Sign of the Times box set, the Deftones, Sufjan Stevens, Bob Mould, Lou Reed's New York box set, Rolling Stone Steel Wheels Live. I mean, there's a ton of stuff coming out, and that's the day before Record Store Day number 2. Jeez. So it just keeps coming, folks. I feel like they're trying to make up for the fact that the early half of 2020 was such a bust. So they're like, let's just give them everything all at once. And you're all at home, right? So what better time to listen to records than now? This is the time to get involved in that if you're going to. I feel like a lot of people have. So anyway, thank you very much for your time. And that was really all for this week. Not a lot of news, but I did want to give you my thoughts on how Record Store Day sort of went. And we were overall very pleased. It was a positive experience. And I feel like we did the right thing, and we'll do it again. I don't want to have to keep doing it this way for another year or two, so let's try and get this thing under control somehow so we can all kind of have a semi-normal life. I feel so bad for the kids when I see them come in with their little masks on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine being a kid having to go through that. So anyway, enough with the depression. I'll see you all next time. Probably a couple more weeks. Take care. All right. Bye. Thank you.